This is the story of my late wife, Summer Smith. It's a bit of a sad story, but it's a story that I think is important to be told because if one vaccine can help prevent what happened to Summer, it's all worth it. And I'm going to take a few minutes just to walk through that story with you and tell Summer's story. Summer, as you can see by the photo, is just a beautiful, beautiful, kind, caring, wonderful individual. And this is the danger with cervical cancer. It takes women of many ages, but women much too young, away from us. We dated for a number of years, and over the course of the years, like any relationship, we were sexually active. At one point, we started seeing a few symptoms, and really that one symptom was just some spotting after sexual intercourse. And it started to get a little worse over time. Summer had her Pap test done regularly, but unfortunately there wasn't any early screening or any diagnosis of the challenge. And we were told, and some of the facts escape me now, but it was it was a late stage. I think it was term 3B, and a very late stage of cervical cancer, and one that they didn't hold out a lot of hope. But with her age and her strength and her health, we hoped that we would be able to fight it and win. But early spring rolled around, and she wasn't feeling that well. Spring became early summer, and the symptoms came back. Really, it was just a significant amount of nausea and discomfort in her abdomen, and obviously in the cervical area. About a week later, she woke up in the middle of the night with her stomach distended about 6 to 7 times the size of what a stomach normally would be. We rushed to the hospital again. They put a tube up her nose and down through her throat and her stomach and pumped all the bile and what have you out of her stomach. The cancer was very obviously spreading. This happened again 2 more times, and at that point, on the 3rd time, they recommended that we move down permanently to Princess Margaret Hospital in Toronto. From there, the veins in her legs started to become more porous, and her legs swelled up to about 4 to 5 times the size of what your legs normally are. And her body just broke down. And this is the thing about cervical cancer, particularly with women and young men who are the age that we were. You were sheltered at that age from what cancer really is. We hadn't ever experienced it. If we had a family member that had cancer, our parents weren't taking us to visit them. We didn't know what it was. And here it is in front of you, a 27-year-old woman's body's just breaking down on her. Her breathing became incredibly labored. She couldn't speak. We were told that we had maybe a few hours. We called her mother, her sister, and her best friend down to the hospital for the remainder of the day. And we spent the day together on the Sunday, and at 7 o'clock that night, she died in our arms. It's a very sad story because you're 27 years old with your whole life in front of you, and knowing that there now, looking back on this, that there is a drug available that could help prevent it, it's something we have to take incredibly serious. And this is just one example of it. It's happening all over Canada, and it can be prevented. So I encourage us to look at those ways of prevention. Thanks for the opportunity to share my story and in particular Summer's story.